Hey everybody, hope y'all having a great day. I'm just gonna hop right into this because I don't feel like doing a big intro or anything. So yesterday I was just mindlessly scrolling on Twitter and I came across someone talking about how hard they thought Explorers was gonna be, and then they mentioned that it was gonna be almost 2 minutes long. And someone replied saying that there was no confirmation at all on how long Explorers was gonna be, and then they replied back with this bombshell. Apparently this has been known about for like a week and has 40,000 views, which confused me because I was not one of them. I'm not really sure how I missed this, but I did listen to it and I have to say, it's good. But also, I made a better one. It's the same length as Rob's because obviously I'm not trying to dictate how long the level is supposed to be or anything. But I do think some of the edits could be done slightly differently just so as to not take away from the song a little bit. And I'll be explaining what I mean by that when we get to that part, but let's just start at the beginning. If my math is correct, there should be a grand total of 5 cuts in Rob's version of the song. It's a lot shorter, which I respect because his ass is not making a 4-minute level. But he kept the whole beginning all the way up until about 56 seconds into the song where he shortens the build up into this drop here. This was done perfectly, about as well as it could be for what he was going for. So all I did on my version was just make it fade in slightly earlier, but his is perfect the way he is. I wouldn't change that, it's completely fine. The second cut comes halfway through the drop, and I think this one just barely takes away from what makes this drop so good. To better explain this, I'm going to divide the drop into quarters. So the first quarter starts here. The second quarter starts here. Third one starts here. And the fourth one starts here. And then I know this next section right here is technically still part of the same drop, but since he doesn't cut anything there, I'm just going to ignore that part. Alright, so what Rob was trying to do was make this drop like half the length, which is cool, but I think I have a slightly better way of doing it. Basically what he did was he just cut to the third quarter right after the first quarter ended, so we just skipped the second one, which is fine. I agree with that decision, but the third quarter is my favorite part of the song, and I think part of what makes it so good is the way that the second quarter like builds into it with the ending. If you don't know what I mean, just listen to these two parts of the song. Do you kind of see how the second one helps build into the next part a lot better? If you don't, just listen to his cut and then listen to my cut real quick. Hey, editor side note real quick, that's not even a cut, like that's how it sounds in the normal song. I'm just saying I think he should have like, you'll hear it in the final. If you still don't see it, then I can't help you, so we're just gonna move on to the next one. Alright, so the third cut is definitely the weirdest one. So weird that I actually saw someone point it out in the comment section, which was mostly just filled with people getting hyped about, you know, how long the level was, how long whatever. I never really saw anyone talk about whether they liked the edit or not, until this part came up. So here's the edit. Alright, I know you heard that. I feel like even for someone who hasn't heard the song before, you can probably still tell where the edit was because it just sounds a little bit unnatural. I'm not going to explain what I did in my version, I'm just going to play it so you can hear the difference. Yeah, so mine isn't great, but I feel like it was cut at like a less awkward spot than where Rob's version was cut. I don't really have much else to say about this part. And yeah, the last two cuts in the song were right here. And right here. And yeah, you can't even tell the fourth one is a cut because that's exactly what the end of the second drop sounds like, the one he didn't use. And as far as the last one, it's a perfect way to make the last part shorter without making it sound forced or anything, and I think he did that perfectly. I wouldn't change a thing about that. So as you can see here, mine is still the same length as Rob's version, 156, so I made the same cuts as he did, just in slightly different places. So yeah, I'm going to play the full thing now. Let me know what you guys think down below, and have a good one, everybody. Thanks for watching.